How's it going? I'm Ryan. Today I'm going to go over the one trade that I took on ES. Just got out of the position. I took a long. ES is still climbing, so still some room to run. NQ ran really hard. ES was a little bit late to catch up, but I caught it when it did. So I'll go over what I was looking for in this trade, why I took it, where my risk was, what my reward was. Go over all that. Let's just quickly look at some levels. I'll just look at ES since that's what I traded. Here's ES on the 15-minute. We're within yesterday's range, and we were within the pre-market range as well, but now we're just starting to break out. That's on ES. NQ, a little bit stronger. We got that breakout of the pre-market range a while ago after bouncing and holding pre-market low and yesterday's session low. So NQ is a little stronger out of the morning. I just missed an entry on NQ. Otherwise, that's what I would have traded, as it was the stronger looking stock, or future, I guess, rather. But it looked like a better opportunity. So let's go into ES. Take a look at what I was watching. So I have ES on the 15-minute, the 5-minute, and the 2-minute with the EMAs. Basically, what I waited for was I wanted to see us break and hold above all of the EMAs. So initially in the morning, that was a little bit of a struggle. We were really choppy. The EMAs were pretty closely entwined. Then we started to pick up some momentum. We came up and we broke above the 200, but then we started to hold it. And we kind of ping-ponged between the 200 EMA at about 251 and this level that I had here about 253. So kind of coiling in here. But what I was watching is I was watching the volume. So the volume was pretty good on this move up. We have this little consolidation where the volume slows down. We held both the 13 and the 200 EMA right here and set a new high on the day, barely, but it does count with increased volume. And I entered in here, or actually I believe following that candle. I think I entered on this candle here. My first take profit was this little 2-minute high here, and on the 5-minute you can see. So I took profit just below these highs, as that would be my first target. My second target was just below pre-market high. And we got a pretty explosive move. So volume really picked up. Things were pretty low. We can see volume has been higher in the past 10 minutes or so of the market. And now things are starting to move a little smoother. But yeah, we're just climbing on both NQ and ES. My risk, so I entered in here. The reason being is that NQ is really strong on the day. So I saw NQ kind of leading the way. ES was slower, but it was making its way higher, which led me to think that it was going to kind of catch up and also be an uptrending day for ES. And I was just kind of waiting to capture that, waiting until it seemed like a good risk to reward. So I entered here. My risk was below this 2-minute low right here, so my risk was about 2 points. And my first take profit was about 5 points, maybe like 4.5 points. Second take profit was a little over 6 points, like 6.5 points. So there's still a little room. I got out completely at like 258. We're up 261, so another 3 points. I'm still figuring out ES. I haven't really traded ES much at all, but I do like to watch both of them simultaneously now. If one is moving well, sometimes the other isn't, and it's nice to be able to have kind of twice the opportunity to find just a decent little move to take advantage of. Still figuring out the position sizing and I mean, like, what to expect out of moves in ES in terms of how many points it moves. I feel like I understand NQ quite a bit, and understanding how many points you can kind of expect, like breakouts, etc. That's something that I still need to learn on ES. So a little bit smaller win. We sized up from the other day when we traded ES. We added another 4 or 2 per account contracts. The win is 277.5. So yeah, nothing crazy, but we are just under like 600 away from turning these into PAs, which is what we've been grinding towards. And then we'll link them with this PA, and we'll have 3 PAs, and the goal is to get a payout. That's always been the goal. We haven't reached it yet, but Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good with this system. We're getting really nice, like 2-to-1, 3-to-1 risk to reward using these EMAs, targeting levels. So just a combination of support and resistance and some basic indicators. When all those things kind of align with price action as well as volume, we're looking for opportunity. So it's been working. Account's been slowly growing. Yesterday, I did not stream because I had work in the morning. I was able to catch 2 trades yesterday. I'm not going to review them too much, but I had 1 loss and 1 win, both shorts on NQ, and yesterday I made 150. So I had an initial loss of like 260 or something. My second was a win of like 400, and the difference was about 150. So I had a small green day yesterday, and that was just trading NQ. Took 2 shorts on NQ. First didn't work, second worked well. But yeah, so the account's still growing. We have been green every day this week, which is nice. Not that I want to put too much emphasis on that, but if I can be patient and take decent trades, I think we can get there. I think we can keep up the consistency that I've been seeing. So the biggest test is to pass these and then get the same results on PAs. If I can make this type of money on a PA, I can get payouts. So that's exciting to say the least. That's all I got. That was my 1 trade on ES. It was kind of nice. I definitely was benefited by this big spike in volume and volatility that we got, because we were kind of consolidating right as I entered, and then as soon as I entered, we got a nice move to the upside. So 0 drawdown on this trade. I don't think I was in drawdown for a single second, which is pretty nice. I'll be back tomorrow, most likely. I might have work tomorrow morning, so if I'm not here tomorrow, that's the reason. But I'll be back on Friday for sure. So should close this week out strong. It would be really nice if I could pass these evals this week, but I don't want to put any sort of preconceived notion or pressure on myself. Instead, just trade what's in front of me. With that, I'm out of here. I hope you have a great day. Take care. I'll see you on the next one.